Hi my friends, and welcome to our next video in this little series, journey, whatever we want to call it, which is all about how we are creating our own new lives and our own new world. So there's many things I want to share, and I have shared with you how it is so important to learn to relax, and that's really where we start. And this can be, if we try to make it in a mechanical, do it in a mechanical way, it can be hard to sustain. So it's good to just share a little insight into what is the situation, because when things are really stressful, which they are for many of us, just telling yourself to relax can actually be almost even more stressful, because you realize how little you're relaxing and you're trying to force yourself to relax. So that's why it's so wonderful. It's so wonderful to get to understand, get to see, to look at the world in new ways, to understand life in a different way. So the reason why we're not relaxing in life is because we feel threatened. And we feel threatened because of many different factors. Partly that we have grown up in a family where everybody was stressed, so we think it's normal, but also because we have learnt really more or less on a cellular level that life is really scary, and that there's so much that can go wrong, and that we are very vulnerable beings. And this enormous shift that we're in now is really us realizing that that was all really a lie. It was never true, because there's no such thing as us being vulnerable on a deep level, because on a deep level we are really spirit. We are put in one way God himself. So we, in our inner self, we are a divine being. We are a being that is endlessly powerful, and who is actually a creator being who can really do anything, and which Jesus also said, what I have done you will do much more than me, which is really hard for our human mind to understand. But when we start to slowly let go of the old view of who we are, just let it fall away, we realize that we are really not at all who we thought we were, and that life on earth is really not that scary at all. So when we have suffered enough in that old way of being, we get to a point where either we die in it, we just drink ourselves to death or throw ourselves over a bridge or something because we can't take any more, or we sit down or lie down after we've cried our eyes out or whatever we've done, being so full of rage that we're totally exhausted. We ask ourselves, couldn't I do this differently? I can see people around me are actually doing well. There are people around me, maybe not many, but there are some people I see in my world who are doing really well. So this must also be possible for me. So I just got this image this morning when I was on the meadow, just going to see how the lambs are, and I got this image that when we have been in this very stressed state for a long time, we can have this feeling that we've been in a war zone. The bombs are flying everywhere, people are being caught or killed. It's just so scary and so horrible, and that's really the world that we've been living in for so long. And we find this little shack and we run there, and we hide. And we hide, and we just sit there in a corner, totally exhausted and frightened. And that's where the shift can happen. Either way, we just lie down to die, or we lie in the corner in our little safety zone and think to ourselves, could I do this differently? Could I change, even though the bombs are still falling, they're not stopping, they keep coming, it's all really scary out there. Can I change my perception of this? And can I start with just becoming calm? Just becoming calm. And this has happened in history, where people have been in these incredible situations where they flip the switch. They realize that if I change my state of consciousness now, my world will change. And so that's where many people have maybe found themselves, maybe you are in that state right now, maybe you have been there for a while. But when this happens, this is an enormous relief, that we realize that, oh my goodness, if I just calm down, the bombs are not so loud. Suddenly the bombs are not so loud anymore. That was and that's what I want to say with this video, that from a spiritual point of view, the bombs will keep, this world will be scary because it's meant to be. Because we're meant to find this place within us, because beforehand we tried to grab for something outside us. We tried to grab for something to make us feel happy, safe, whatever, peaceful. But when we sit in that little place we've found, we realize that the only way I'm going to change is by finding that peaceful place within me. And that place cannot never be taken away from me. It is my true Savior. And that is really the Christ within. If you want to talk in religious terms, it's the Christ consciousness. It is the Buddha within. And in Islam there will be other terms. You find God. You find the God within. And then you calm down. And you realize, okay, this was all, after a while you realize this was all meant to be, because that was the only way I was ever going to find this place. And then for a period of time you may stay in that little shack and just start to build a new life for yourself in this quiet place. And that's maybe what I feel in many ways. I had to find a place where I felt I could not only survive but actually thrive. And so I needed to go where there was nature. And if I had been in a city, I probably wouldn't have made it, because I'm just too sensitive, or it just it would have been very, very hard for me. But some people do well in a city and can do this. So it's not for everyone to go to the country. But just finding out, where can I creep up into a little corner and get well. Stop the fear. Because the fear has to leave us for the love to enter in. For us to find our true selves, our true inner self, which is our God self, we have to let go of the fear. And the fear, we will have situations in our lives that keep generating fear, until the day we say, okay, no more fear. That's it. I've tried the fear thing, it doesn't work. And so this process is unique for all of us, but this is really what we all go through. This shift is what happens to everyone. And the more who do it, the easier it's going to get for the others coming behind us. So when the shift has happened, our life is new. Our life has changed completely. And what we have realized is that I might live in this shack where I'm sitting for the rest of my life, and that's fine. or I might build it up and make it beautiful, or I might leave the place and realize, well, the war's gone, it's over, and I'll build myself a new life somewhere else. But I realize now that the true joy, peace, love, and the absence of fear has always been inside me. And it's going to come with me the rest of my life on earth, and it's going to come with me when I lay down this body to die, because my spirit lives on. So I have found my God self, and my life will of course unfold in a very beautiful way from now on, because all I will ever need is inside me. And the only way I could find this, and this could happen, was for me to go through this hell on earth. I had to experience all these bombs, which could be family breakdown, ill health, it could be an actual war, financial breakdown, whatever it was. We all experience some sort of crisis. And from a spiritual perspective, we chose this because we wanted to awaken. Because there's no more beautiful thing to experience at all on this planet, or really anywhere on any planet, than this. This is the ultimate. That no matter where I am, no matter what's going on around me, all is well. I am full of peace, I'm full of love, and I found my power. The power that lies within, which I can use to do anything I want. So this is how we get to realize that, okay, I've really been in my life has been so difficult, and this is why. This is why. So now it can't be difficult in the same way anymore, because I keep coming back to my holy place within. I am there, and I'm using this. I'm allowing my holy place, my divine self, to unfold itself in this world. So beforehand it was my ego consciousness, and my spirit was this tiny, tiny little place inside me. And in the shack, when I had let go of all the ego consciousness and all the fear, which it is, ego consciousness is just full of fear. When I left that, I realized this little light within me, and now, because it's so beautiful and so powerful, that I won't be anywhere else the rest of my life. This is where I want to be. So I want this to shine out into my body, into my outer world, and generate whatever I'm inspired to create. I will go and create. And within myself, it's not so important what I get to create, because I have all I need to feel absolutely amazing, but also to share my goodness and help others on my way, because I have endless potential to create for myself and for others also. So this was what I wanted to share today, and I'm going to actually, I was talking about doing a Zoom meeting, and it's going to be a little workshop actually. So this is what I'm inspired to do a little workshop on how we are creating our new life, and we will create our new world as we go, but it's good to start with how can I create my new life. And so in the next video I'll just present this little workshop I'm going to do next Sunday, not this coming Sunday, but next Sunday. So this was my little video for today, and if you can use some of this, that's wonderful. So take care, my friend. Bye.